Greetings in the love and in the light of our infinite prime creator, the divine grid programmer.
Namaste, namaskaram.
Just recently, I had shared a video of myself. It was last year. It was probably roughly September, October time frame. Definitely, it was at the very. If it was made in September, it was the very end of September. I could go back in the original footage and look it up, but it was a video of me last year, September, October time frame. I still was cutting my hair, shaving my head at that time, just for convenience sake and things like that. Also, perhaps a midlife crisis with a bald spot that I was kind of, trying to hide. And then plus, I think somebody had told me at one point that I looked like a Jason Statham. I don't know who that was, but some girls kind of looked at me like I was cool, so I kind of was going with that, hairstyle. I always kind of felt like I was Riddick, in Pitch Black movie. However, it's incidental. That's not the point of this video message. Rather, the shirt that I was wearing in that video was the logo involved a stylized inverted cross, as somebody had pointed out and made a comment on that video, like, oh, upside down cross, ooh, scary kids, ooh. So anyway, I just kind of it's been weighing on my mind, kind of like, I'm sensitive to the fact that there's a lot of people who are hypersensitive to things like symbols and all. And so I wanted to talk about that shirt, which it's a band shirt, and it was from my band that I helped create to found. I'm a founding member of that band, Abythos, and it's spelled Abythos. And the name Abythos is essentially it comes from a Greek word, the Greek word bythos, Bythos, and that was actually the drummer and the singer of the band had. This was in that period of time when we were kind of getting the band together, and they both approached me with that Greek word bythos, Bythos, and I said, yeah, and they explained to me that in the Greek tongue, bythos means the depths of an ocean, but it had more of a spiritual kind of, like the depths of someone's soul or psyche. They're, not so much anything to do with maritime or aquatic or oceanic, connotations, like the English word abyss, like has some references or connotations to an oceanic abyss or whatnot. But anyway, so the bythos, they approached me with that idea, that name, and I said, yeah, let's do it, but let's add an A in front of in front of it, and make it Abythos. And so this is that's the actual logo, Abythos, and that's the A-B-Y, and there's the upside down, cross, T-H-O-S. Anyway, it was actually a very, it was all original music, and I'll just share this little story, and by way of explanation of what the upside down cross is all about, and if anyone's concerned for their mortal soul, because an upside down cross is a symbol, you happen to see it, or if my message somehow is skewed in some sort of satanic fashion, just let me address that. So, but one point of creative policy that when I discussed with the singer, I wrote all the music for the band Abythos, and of course, if you go to YouTube, if you type in Abythos, you'll find videos and stuff, live videos, and interviews and stuff like that from the band when, when we were active. But with the singer, when I was we were kicking around thematic ideas and, the sort of creative sort of, ideas that we would be, operating under. One thing I had asked the singer was like, look, man, I don't care, you write the song, the lyrics and, the names of the song. We can all kind of, agree on it. But just one thing, please. I asked the singer, and this was the singer kind of over here on the far right. This is me right here on the far left, and that's the drummer, and then there's the bass player right there. But this guy over here on the far, I guess, if you're looking at this screen, the far right, or whatever, I had asked him, I said, look, just please stay away from any satanic, overtly satanic kind of like, materials, lyrics, and concepts. I said, in my opinion, estimation, it's something that's been done, and just it's cliche. It's, so many bands in this metal genre always kind of leverage this satanic imagery and whatnot. And I said, one, I don't really, nothing about it really resonates with me. And in fact, one of the things that I would do to amuse myself within that genre, and like, we'd have a show and there'd be like maybe 4 or 5 other bands playing with us, and and there was a lot of mixed genre within the metal scene, but invariably you would get some hardcore sort of these black metals, very satanic, very occult, and one thing that I would kind of have fun with is debating with them and talking about stuff and whatnot, and kind of. But I would say to them, I said, look, yeah, you guys are, so you're satanic and whatnot, but you do realize that, in essentially you're Christians, and they would, invariably they would all kind of like look at me all shocked and like, what the hell are you talking about? No, we're Satan. But I would explain to them, but no, you're within the Christian mythology. You're just merely the opposing component to that mythology, of God, Satan, but so within that, schematic of mythology and spirituality, you are technically a Christian. You're just the one component. You're the one opposing side, the adversarial side, and in fact, that's what Satan means in Hebrew. It means the adversary. So, and this particular logo, the drummer, this guy right here in the middle, I'll just use his stage name, Nagrath. I was known as Koth, K-O-T-H, and that's no reference to King of the Hill or any of that stuff. It actually is, it's a name found within some occult literatures, and but specifically the name Koth to me comes from the books of Robert E. Howard, where he wrote the Conan the Barbarian. But Robert E. Howard had a whole 12 volumes of books, and Koth was the name of one of the lands, a country. There was Aquilonia, there was Stygia, and Koth, K-O-T-H, was one of these lands. It was this sort of like, type of Egyptian-esque, Oriental kind of, Far East mix, but it was like, that type of flavor of a country. And so Koth, although the name does appear in the Cthulhu, Lovecraftian, and Necronomicon, and it all kind of, that name weaves its way through all that. But so, some of the imagery was within the genre of like doom metal, black metal. But upside down cross, the deal with that was the drummer here, Nagarath, this guy here, that was the drummer, and he was friends with some Norwegian fella that was like a famous graphic artist, and in fact had done the logo work for a very famous Norwegian black metal band called Dimmu Borgir, which in Norwegian that just means dark mountain. So anyway, this logo for the band right here was provided to us from this Norwegian fellow, and I think it's a very nice stylized, this upside down cross, but really, I don't really look at it as any kind of cross. It's too, it's not equicenter. The horizontal bar, to me, it looks more like a weapon, like a pickaxe, like a type of a pike or something. But you know, it's in the eye of the beholder. So I guess somebody who saw that video and the shirt that I was wearing, they saw it and took it as an upside down cross, and they made a big dramatic, you know, like, whoa, oh, scary kids, mysterious. But you know, essentially, we as human beings, we have to grow up. We can't let things like, you know, symbols or the intimations of what a symbol. I understand that people are hypersensitive to you know, deception and people deceiving. But really, at the end of the day, when you're centered within your own divine gnosis, your own source-controlled matrix, you have nothing to fear. And you certainly don't have anything to fear from, I believe, you know, the T-shirt that I was wearing in that last video. And, you know, if anything, you know, that's just from a period in my life when I had the stomach that was toned down where I could wear that shirt. But it was my band, you know, it was my band for like about 4 years. And, you know, and it was, to me, that was a period in my life where I was living totally in a very creative, and I was, you know, status. I was an artist, and I was basically, everything in my life revolved around my guitar playing and that band and the music. And, you know, the sacrifices that I made to make that happen weren't really sacrifices at all, because I was living in the moment, living in bliss. And you give away your ability to live in the moment and live within your own bliss when you start kind of second guessing things and symbols and whatnot. And I know I'm not saying that I'm not immune or, you know, to that type of, you know, paranoid thinking, but the more that you grow within your own power and confidence and self-confidence, the less you kind of start being somehow spooked, you know, by these physical dimensions. And I hope this message can segue into the message that, you know, I know for a fact that in the days going ahead, that the way that this planet, as it makes its ascension to New Earth, and we become within the galactic community, you're going to have to like start getting used to things that don't look quite what you're used to, like other humanoid forms, other life forms, you know, to include other, you know, appearances. And I mean, what are you going to do when you see a huge mantid that's got this, you know, or a reptilian even that's, and not all reptilians are bad. I mean, there are, you know, positive service to other oriented reptilian, Draco reptilians and other creatures. And you're just going to have to get over this like little, you know, spooky kind of reaction to things that you don't really, you know, understand or resonate with. And so, you know, I hope this is a message to anyone who's possibly concerned for my soul, that I'm some sort of Satan worshiper. I mean, it's just ridiculous to give any kind of power over to something that doesn't exist. It only exists as a scapegoat, a bogey, you know, a scapegoat and within the human collective to blame our shortcomings and our own darkness on. Get it? So when you transcend your lower three chakras and you're up in the house of the higher chakras, higher energies, and you've activated your kundalini, and your kundalini serpent has uncoiled and gone through, blossomed your, you know, your violet ray, your crown chakra, and you're connected to intelligent infinity. I mean, you know, that's where it's at. That's the true things to be concerned about, not whether or not somebody's got some questionable looking symbol on. I mean, guess what, kids? A swastika has its origins in Eastern Buddhist and Hindu, you know, temples and religions. It's nothing but a symbol, a solar cross type of symbol for the energies of creation. You know, I mean, those wackos in Germany in World War II, they took it and just flipped it around for, you know, anti-cosmic current and energy. But don't be spooked by symbols, guys. It's like akin to seeing a cloud formation in the sky and thinking that it's like, you know, it looks like a you know, Nyarlathotep or Call of Cthulhu or somebody like that, just because it's got some kind of weird, strange thing. Master your mind, master your superstitions, and let's all get to this new earth together. And also, for the heck of it, go back and check my old band Abythos out, Abythos, based on the Greek word bythos. And I'm gonna resurrect. I'm bringing the band back. I'm getting the band back together. Like the Blues Brothers. Hey, we're getting the band back together. So anyway, hope this message finds you well. Namaste.
Namaskaram.